So anybody that's on the S10 for a certain amount of time have run into motor mount issues. This is a '02 S10 with 313,000 miles on it with a new motor. And these are just some of the motor mounts that I kept kept after breaking. Several of them in a row. A lot of them happened between like 14 and 20. It was like every year I changed motor mounts. And in this motor right here, I installed this design. Well, this is my 96, my older one. I had a one in the middle. And I was able to get it to work, but it was, I was in Maryland, laying on the ground in the parking lot, installing them broken motor mounts, and I had made the modification in the shop the day before, and it took several hours to get it in. So the center bolt motor mount bolt hole it'll work. I think I used a 1/2 inch. I can't seem to find it. I guess I think I should have kept it, but out of all these, I don't see it. I think this is the frame of it, the one I got to work. I drilled the center out because, see, none of the other ones have a center drilled out in it. I don't know what I did with the other one. But in the earlier model of this motor, I went with the 1/4 inch design, and it's just a 1/4 inch bolt with a locking nylon nut, and I don't tighten it up all the way. I give it just like a little bit of room to sort of maybe flex, some. And I was able to stop breaking motor mounts. And I had added this design to this truck in a stock motor right around maybe 2020 with the 1/4 inch bolt design. And when I went to put this motor in, the passenger side, one of the 1/4 inch bolts was broke. So I updated the passenger side with 9/16 bolts, and the driver's side is just a 1/4 inch. But ever since I went to adding 1/4 inch bolts, just drilled through, no specific place, but when you go with something around here, in this area, if you want to get like a rough description of where they're at on the motor mount, one's at like a 1/2 inch, one's at like 4, and one's at like 2 1/4. Really relatively close to the middle. And I did put I think lock washers on there, or just something like that. It made sense at the time. I mean, why would you leave a bolt loose and then put lock washers on there? But I don't know. But this, when I started this process right here, and even the center bolt kind that I had made right here, because this one doesn't have a center bolt drilled out in it, so it stopped breaking motor mounts. It didn't bother installing or uninstalling the motor mounts or get in the way of the bolts. They're aggravating as it is, but I mean, it went the motor in. But you just drill, a clearance for a 1/4 20, which is 250, so it'd be like a 281, 9/32, and relatively straight. You want to hit both sides of the frame on the side of the rubber. and you don't want it to be too long. So this is 2.5. So get you 3 2.5 inch quarter 20 bolts. It could be the ones that's got the slick part, you know, because it doesn't matter. But even with a stock motor, this is a manual, so it might make a difference with automatic transmission. This is a manual transmission, but it might make a difference with the transmission. But just a stock motor, the passenger side broke one of these quarter 20s. You know, it snapped the head right up when I pulled this motor out with 313 miles on it. I might have put the motor mount in, you know, at I don't know, but I had it 6 years with the motor mount in, but I mean, it still didn't break all 3 of them. So you could go all 3, both sides with quarter 20, you know, if you want, or upgrade it. I pepped this motor up a little bit, so I went with 9/16 on the passenger side. But this right here will stop you from breaking motor mounts if you want to do it. You know, the one thing that made me motivationally wanting to stop breaking motor mounts is I wouldn't even realize the motor mount was breaking, but I would always break the exhaust, and every time the exhaust broke, the motor mount was broke. So it was the chain of events that made it more expensive. You know, you get up to go to work, and all of a sudden your exhaust is, you know, broken. And then, you know, with these OBD2 systems, you know, the check engine light comes on, the O2 system goes off, it goes into limp mode, it gets terrible gas mileage, and it's just a big headache. And if you're in the process of changing them out, just do this little simple update right here. Quarter 20, 9/16, or I mean, I did it in the middle with like a 1/2 inch. You know, it was hard because I think it ran into something, but I was able to do it. But it was very, 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 very difficult. But I was in a difficult situation. But if you're doing this to yourself, or maybe some shops might not allow it, I don't know. But this right here, ever since I started doing this process right here with these motor mounts, I stopped breaking them, and I stopped breaking exhaust, and I stopped having to take time off of work or after work, or getting rides to shops to go pick my truck up or drop it off, or renting cars to do the process, you know, and some shops, they want to put a motor mount in, and then they want to put an exhaust manifold on because they don't know how to fix a donut and all this other stuff, and it just turns into one small motor mount breaking into a catastrophic all-day event. And if you only got, you know, 2 days off, you know, and you're trying to get maybe a little bit of rest, and your grocery shopping done and your laundry done and all this other stuff, and then you got this aggravating on top of it. These 3 bolts, or one in the middle, or you could even do less. I don't know, you know, but anything is better than nothing when it comes to these motor mounts to stop them from breaking. You can take them out, put them in with the motor in the truck, and with this right here too, it's still there. But I think the bottom one, passenger side, you're going to need a short ratchet wrench to put this back in with it in the motor, with the motor in the truck, and this putting in. It's sort of a grueling process, but it's not impossible. But with the lift, you know, you can do it a whole lot faster. But this is a very easy, accomplishable thing you could do to your motor mounts, and it saves you a lot of headache down the road.